You're not really ready until you're safe. Summer safely and drive calm.
Spend your Labor Day weekend at the Soldier Hollow Sheepdog Classic, presented by your local Utah Toyota dealers. It's 4 days of family fun and exciting competition featuring the world's top sheepdogs. More info and tickets at soldierhollowclassic.com.
Good morning, KSL News Time, now 6:30.
It's 68 degrees.
Freeway's looking good with the exception of a minor issue on I-80 near Park City. I'm Andy Farnsworth.
KSL's top story this hour is developing news.
The U.S. Supreme Court voted last night 5-4 to allow Texas's new abortion law to stand. The controversial law prohibits most abortions once a doctor can detect a heartbeat, which is usually around 6 weeks. ABC News legal analyst Royal Oakes begins our team coverage.
The conservative majority tried to explain its order, took no position on the constitutionality of the Texas law, stressing there's no procedural basis for freezing the law at this stage.
ABC News contributor Kate Shaw continues our team coverage, saying Chief Justice John Roberts joined Justices Stephen Breyer, Sonia Sotomayor, and Elena Kagan in dissenting from the move.
Roberts basically said, Texas is clearly trying to evade judicial review here. So the proper course of action is for us to stop the law, preserve the status quo, and then let the federal courts take a look at who the proper defendants are and whether this law can withstand constitutional scrutiny.
We will continue to follow this story throughout the day as it develops and bring you updates as they happen.
Severe Utah weather.
Areas near Capitol Reef National Park are flooding again this morning, and Utah has some more flash flood warnings out. KSL News Radio's Mary Richards is live with the details. Mary?
Tim, huge flooding in the town of Hanksville in particular overnight near Capitol Reef National Park, which also got its own flooding. The Wayne County Sheriff's Office says several homes and businesses in Hanksville have extensive flooding, and it looks like a lake overtook one area with the pictures they sent us. Cars and camp trailers swept away by the water. A 500-gallon propane tank started to get carried away as well, released a cloud of propane, and hazmat crews had to shut it off and secure it. Garfield County also getting a lot of rain, and flash flood warnings and watches are in place throughout southern and central Utah. Live, Mary Richards, KSL News Radio.
Salt Lake City tied the record for the hottest summer of all time. KSL News Radio's Heather Kelly continues our live team coverage. Severe Utah weather. Heather?
Well, Amanda, the average high temperature was nearly 81 degrees, but for the month of July, it was even hotter at just over 85 degrees. The National Weather Service says the overall high for June, July, and August tied 2017 as the hottest summer ever. We also had 21 days at or above 100 degrees, which also ties the record for the most triple-degree temperatures in 1 year. The Farmer's Almanac predicts Salt Lake will remain 2 degrees above normal for September and 1 degree warmer than normal for October. Live, Heather Kelly, KSL News Radio.
The remnants of Hurricane Ida hit New York City and parts of New Jersey last night, causing a major flash flood emergency. New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy says people in the impacted areas should stay home if they can until things clear up.
We just would beg folks to stay off the roads, stay home if you can right now, because we have a lot of trees to clean up, a lot of roads to clear up with stranded vehicles.
The storm also caused multiple tornadoes to touch down in New Jersey. We know of at least 8 people who died during the storm. New York's subway system also had to shut down for a time because of flooding.
Firewatch on KSL News Radio.
Fire officials in California say gusty winds have calmed down, giving them a chance to throw all their resources into slowing the Caldor fire near Lake Tahoe. The fire has burned at least 700 homes and other buildings and threatens at least 33,000 others. South Lake Tahoe is deserted and casinos and stores are closed on the Nevada side of the lake.
That Caldor fire also threatening a historical site of interest to members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Tragedy Spring is near the summit of California's Sierra Nevada mountains, where 3 members of the Mormon Battalion are buried. Here's KSL News Radio's Dan Bomas.
Ezra Allen, Daniel Browett, and Henderson Cox were scouting a path through the mountains when they were murdered in 1848. The rest of their group found them a few days later and buried them in a spot that's now just off the Carson Pass Highway. There's a historical marker there placed by the Daughters of the Utah Pioneers, and they say it'll be replaced if the fire does come through and damage the site.
The Deseret News reports the Caldor fire has already burned much of the Mormon Immigrant Trail, which is a seasonal road blazed by members of the battalion.
A COVID travel warning from federal health officials.
The CDC issuing a travel warning for Labor Day, telling vaccinated people to consider their risk and telling unvaccinated people not to travel at all. COVID hospitalizations across the country have just hit a 7-month high. The Biden administration now moving forward on vaccine booster shots. FDA advisors will meet September 17th to consider Pfizer's booster shot application.
ABC's Andrew Dimbert reporting.